Steve, welcome to my shop. Today I've got a project that I wasn't planning on doing. I didn't think I needed to do anything, but it's turned out that I do. I've got this gas tank that came out of a 37 cord. Now, it was made exactly like the original, out of stainless steel. So that was the reason I thought I didn't have much to do with it as far as maintenance. But upon close inspection, the sending unit, which goes in that hole there, had completely rusted away, practically I'll see if I can find it and show it to you. The little float that's supposed to be on the end of the rod was completely gone. It was nowhere to be found in the tank. The rod that holds the float was half eaten away. Only half of it was sticking out. So I don't know what was in the tank that would have caused all this internal damage. I filled it full of that rust remover solution. I forgot to think of the name of it, but let it soak in there for several days. Dumped it out, washed it out, rinsed it out. It did a little good, but there was still just a lot of crud stuck to the bottom. So then we stuck a chain in it, threw a chain in there and sloshed it around, banged it around, and did that for a couple hours and got, sore arms and back and everything else trying to make that work. And a couple of my buddies helped me do that. So I've come to the conclusion I need to come up with a better mousetrap, so to speak. So what I want to do is make a gas tank rotisserie. I looked on the internet and I saw one, and it was made out of wood, and I guess it did the job. I think it was for a motorcycle gas tank, so they were able to hold it pretty simply. This one is a little bit more difficult to hold on to, and I want to rotate it, not this way, but I want to turn it this way and rotate it, this being the horizontally, because it's round at the ends, and the baffle, there's two baffles inside, one here and one over here, and the baffles only come to about here on the inside, so this part is open, so we can put something in there, marbles, rocks, I don't know what we'll end up using, probably gravel, and add some solution, rust remover, or vinegar, or some mild acidic cleaner that we can put in there and just let it run and see how it works. So today's video is going to be about the fabrication of the rotisserie, making something that'll hold this, so I can just hook it up to a motor and let it turn slowly and do its self-cleaning on the inside. So if you want to join me and come along and watch the progress, thank you for watching. Okay, what I'd like to do is kind of give you an idea what I had in mind for making this rotisserie for the gas tank. Basically, I want to make it almost like sort of like an engine stand, and I'm no artist, so I'll just do my best here. Okay, sort of like this. So we need one more leg coming down here. Okay, so it's going to take some 1.5 inch square tubing. Pretty much make it like this, and then we'll put a couple of casters on there like that. And then underneath I want to put another box here that'll come out like so. And then go across to the other side. Yeah, see, I need another side here, don't I? There we go. Something like this. And then another axle across here. Let's see. So this is going to come across and go underneath there, but there'll be a piece come over the top of this that will be like that, and then this will come up here. And there are casters under there. Okay, so one more leg in here. Okay. So that's kind of the idea, and then the tank will then up on top I've got a couple of, I'll put a pipe on here that axle going through, and we'll have a couple of arms on here. I haven't figured out what that's going to look like yet, but shaft coming out, and then there'll be a couple arms on this side. So we'll clamp the gas tank, will then get held in here like that. So then there's a, so the gas tank kind of be in here like so. So that's kind of the plan, and then these two arms, or these two legs right here, will be made identical, and then we'll be able to adjust the width by sliding them inside. I'm going to make another tube these slide inside of, and we'll just use a set bolt or a screw on the side to lock it in place. I'm going to put the wheels on so we can move it around, get it out of the way, and then on one of these we're going to attach some kind of a plate. Haven't decided what that's going to be yet, but that we can mount the motor. It'll come up with either a chain or a belt to turn this. I've got a couple different motors that have gear reductions like 100 to 1. Not sure what speed we're going to want to turn it. I know it's not going to turn very fast. About the way you'd want to have a rotisserie in your backyard, turn not too fast. Doesn't have to spin like a top. Just has to turn and rotate and let gravity and Mother Nature do its job. So that's kind of the build. So let me take you over to the other table and show you some of the supplies we've got to work with. Okay, now like I was saying a minute ago, this is kind of the overall design we want to make. I've got some of these nice casters. I'm not sure if I want to invest this much into our casters, but anyway, we've got them if we want to use them. This piece here is a little sloppy, but it doesn't have to be a machine fit to work. So we're just going to put a set screw. We're going to cut this in half, drill a couple holes for the set screws to lock this sliding piece, because this is going to go across the bottom. This is a little short piece, but this piece will probably work for upright. It's 2 foot long, and this is about a 10 foot, about a 10 inch box tubing there. Let's see. Let's just see what we got here. 10 inches, inch and just inside inch and 5/8 ID, 2 inch OD, and the wall thickness is 3/16. And our This tubing here is 1.5 inches, and probably a 1/16 or so, 1/8 inch wall. So this is what we're going to make the rotisserie out of. The pieces that are going to be the axles to hold the tank in place. I'll make a couple shafts. I've made had some tubing, just a little bit, and just almost works. I put it in the lathe and just skim cut it just enough, and this just sort of falls in there now as far as it goes. And so we got on both sides. So what we're going to do with that is we'll mount that up on top, and our axle is going to go through, and then one side will have our motor to drive the thing, and on this side will be we'll have to make something to hold the tank so we can rotate it. One of the things we have to consider is the neck, pillar neck, extends past the end of the tank, approximately 4 or 5 inches. So we got to allow for that, so we'd have clearance, so we don't hit our upright as it rotates. We don't want it bumping into anything, so or hitting the bottom. So we got to have it high enough and wide enough that we can grab everything. So that being said, I guess there's just moving on to getting her done. So here we go. Okay, now got these two pieces cut off, so we're gonna put a couple holes in for the locking bolts. So let's see.
0, and this can be, let's just do an inch. Okay, so we'll just lock the table. We'll put a couple of these bolts in there, 7/16 fine thread. That works out to be 7/16 20, takes a 25/64. So, see what I got here. 25/64. Yeah, we don't have to have a little bit. Nice, I guess. So, let's just slow it down a bit. Get my, some glue here. Okay. Yeah. 16's 10, 20. We'll start a tap. Okay. Yeah. Do a little rapid tap here. Put some rapid tap on there. Sweet. Okay, I'll just kind of avoid those holes just a little bit. About ready for the assembly.
Okay, there's our two finished pieces there. Okay, here's our finished 4 plates. Well, they're not finished, but they're all cut. And so what I want to do is just drill them all at the same time. So let's do that. All right, we're gonna try the, I want to just spot these, we'll TIG weld across these so I can,
First time we did it, let's put those up.
rotisserie. Hi. It's filled with some gravel out of the driveway and some degreaser soap. I'll bring you in a little closer and let you see what we did and how we put this thing together. All right, the heart of the tumbler, or rotisserie, whatever you want to call it, is this little gear reduction motor I found. I had it on my stock shelf of odds and ends motors and what have you, gearboxes. This one, trying to remember what we come up with for the reduction. A little more than 4-to-1, more like 10-to-1, I guess. And then when I first put it together, I had the upper pulley and the lower pulley 1-to-1, and it just turned just a little bit too fast. It didn't give the rocks a chance to drop like I wanted them to. So I found a smaller pulley and down on the motor to slow it down about half again what it was, and that seems to be just about where we want to be rotation wise or speed wise. I showed you the bearings. Bring this over here, try it again. While we're running, yeah. Now the tricky part was, well, I shouldn't say the tricky part, but one of the things was how do we get this attached to the side of the tank? And what we came up with was just a very simple. Take some of this away. You can see a little better. We ended up doing, but just took a tie down strap and made our little, get this off of here, and you can see the metal bracket. Okay, we just formed a little metal bracket here that slips onto here, and the set screw, a little flat spot on the shaft so it wouldn't turn. But that's basically it. Now they had a little bit of a engineering issue on this side over here. Let me see if you can see that. Where I'm pointing to, let me move the camera. I'll swing you around on this side over here. Okay. So right here on this side of the bracket, focused. Looks pretty good. We ended up, this was slipping up and down as it would turn. It would slide up and down, thinking that one clamp was going to do the job. But what we ended up having to do was just pinch the strap onto here. I guess we could have used four separate tie downs and used one to go around this half and one to go around that half, and that would have solved the problem too. But the clamp did the trick, so we're happy with that. And basically that's all there is to it. Pretty darn simple. Just made the little bracket there. Let's see if I can spin this around for you. I just made a angle, formed up this angle here, so I had two sides to keep it. I was afraid this might, if I just used a flat plate and bolted it in there, we'd have might have it working this way. So get it on around the corner, it gives it more rigidity, and it seemed to work well. The other end is just an idler. Let's see here. Put this one over here. And show you this side's basically the same without any, it's just idles. Really doesn't do anything except hold up this side. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.